Hi, I'm Charmin Smith, a head coach at the University of California, Berkeley. Excited to have these coaches with me here for our Raising the B.A.R. Invitational.
I'm Carrie Moore, I'm the head women's basketball coach at Harvard. We're excited to be here.
My name is Coach Keisha Newell. I'm the head women's basketball coach at Oakland University, and I'm super thankful to be here.
I'm Tomekia Reed, the head women's basketball coach at Charlotte, and I am super excited to be a part of this amazing experience.
Before we start off, it's really important that we hear about how Raising the B.A.R. came into existence.
If we go back to the summer of 2020 and the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and I think our country was really galvanized around social justice issues, and there were a lot of conversations being had, and then we got COVID under control, and from my perspective, people went back to their lives, and I didn't see the same attention being put into social justice. So I rebranded what had been the Cal Classic to the Raising the B.A.R. Invitational, with the B.A.R. standing for basketball, activism, and representation. And it features 4 Black female head coaches. And we've been doing it for quite some time now, and excited to have all of you be a part of it this year.
Can you all talk a little bit about what you want to see in media coverage in terms of promoting diversity at this point?
I think now more than ever, there's a lot of really good players, there's a lot of really good teams, and there's a lot of really good coaches. I want them to dive in and do the work to find those stories to tell.
I want the media to understand that conversation is not a competition. So I just want them to highlight this stuff without making it taken away from someone else. So I would love to see the media just celebrate instead of separate.
I like that. Celebrate instead of separate.
Yeah, very good point.
Coach Reed, you were named the HBCU National Coach of the Year. Can you talk a little bit about what that meant for you from a coaching and a cultural perspective?
A lot of people are unaware that HBCUs were built to uplift, educate, and empower Black students when no other institution would. To be named the National Coach of the Year, for me, is just like I'm carrying the legacy. The legacy lives on of excellence, of intention. From a coaching perspective, we have very limited resources at HBCU level. And with those limited resources, you still have to go be great. My players woke up every day demanding respect and attention and support. And and so that was big. And so we carried that on a national platform. And that's what I carried in being named the National Coach of the Year.
Coach Moore, she talked a little bit about legacy. You were named the first Black female head coach for Harvard women's basketball, and your men's basketball team also has a Black head coach. Can you talk a little bit about anything you learned from him or any advice coming into such a prestigious institution as a Black female lead?
Tommy Amaker is just a legend in basketball. He shows me what is possible beyond 94 feet. He's made his mistakes and has told me all about them so that I don't make the same ones. We've talked about just having passion and persistence and patience and finding players along the way. That's one of the first conversations we had, and just aspire to be as successful as he's been and to be the leader that he is for his men, for our young women.
Coach, you are a 2-time back-to-back IBCA Collegiate College Coach of the Year, but you're also a mother and a wife. Talk about balancing all of those different entities and still being able to be excellent every day.
I would say just keeping a grateful heart. I am so grateful to be a wife to my amazing husband. I am just grateful to be a mom to my 2 children. Grateful to be a coach to these young women. Pray for, instead of balance, I think I pray for alignment, because I know it's going to be some days where my kids need me more. It's going to be some days where my team needs me more. So just being a little bit more mature in my prayer. And then the second thing, I always remind myself every single day just to keep my mind where my body is.
Coach Smith, you were named the first Black head coach here at Cal for the women's basketball program, and you've really used that platform to create opportunities. Talk a little bit about why you've chosen to use your platform in that way and any reservations that you had when stepping into those spaces.
I do have to give credit, my time at Stanford when Hurricane Katrina hit and I was an assistant coach there, I was really upset with how our country handled that incident, Tara was like, okay, Charmin, well, what are you gonna do about it? And that has really stuck with me since that point. Fast forward to me being a head coach, some of this job felt like obligation. We don't get these opportunities as frequently, so it really did feel like this was something I had to do. I don't know how to walk through life any other way than to say what I want to say and say it with my chest. You know, it helps me sleep at night.
I love that. That's big.
Are there any stereotypes that you all feel like you combat daily being a Black female head coach in women's basketball?
Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead.
I think when I came in saying, we need this, and how about this, and how about this different way of thought, and it was, whoa, like, you know, relax, maybe say it differently. And I think that is a stereotype, right? That I can just walk into a room and they're gonna think that I am aggressively speaking some kind of way, and I'm just passionate about winning and want the best for our student athletes.
Some of the excitement, I wanted to bring some of that excitement to Charlotte, you know, and it was like, Coach, you can't make this HBCU. And no, I'm not trying to make an HBCU. I just want the crowd, I want the fans, I want our support to take my personality. Yeah. Kim Mulkey fans has taken her personality, and it's not frowned upon. They celebrate that. So why not celebrate the personality that I want, which is exciting, which is passionate.
Talk a little bit about something you would want to tell that coach that's going through that right now, and something to encourage them to keep going in the space.
Even when you don't believe in yourself, just like keep going and just keep trying, because there's so many people out there that are far less qualified than you and know like half of what you know, doing the best that you can and knowing that you're there for a reason. You were hired, you deserve it, you've earned it, and walking with that in mind.
I would say for so long I felt overlooked. And at one point I started feeling I wasn't good enough. Then I realized overlooked does not mean undervalued. And that's what I would tell a younger coach. You know, it's okay, just keep pushing, keep being great, keep being your best self.
Stereotypes are what they are for a reason, right? They're not true, they're assumptions. Yeah. So I'm not gonna put something on myself that's not true, and I'm not gonna believe it. So I would just say, write your own story. Don't let anybody else write it for you.
Just give everything you have to whatever role it is that you are currently in. Just trying to really own whatever it is that you are tasked to do, and do it at a really high level so nobody can say anything different about how you show up.
Question before we go. Having a sisterhood in this profession, I think, is super important. It's definitely been a part of my journey. This is your opportunity to shout out another Black female within the field that has impacted you and your career.
I would say Joni Taylor.
Oh, how you gonna steal mine? How you gonna steal mine?
Joni is so amazing. I would just say this, but she took time to send me scriptures, spiritual music, to encourage me in the midst of her own storm. Even when I was being overlooked, she was one of the ones that had my back and was pushing me into rooms that I wasn't even in.
Coach Aaron Dickerson Davis at William and Mary, and then Coach Tiffany Sarden at Presbyterian. It's just great to have people that you can talk to and relate to and encourage you and also vent to, when you're going through tough times. So those are my two.
I mean, I would say Charmin, honestly, as somebody that's been there for me throughout my journey in coaching, just through conversations, but also just by the example that how you lead yourself, how you lead your program, I think for me has been incredibly inspirational. Thank you.
I'm gonna say Dawn. I think she is someone who says what she needs to say and has our backs, as Black females, and has the backs of her student athletes. I'm just really grateful for the path that she has, laid for us, and I'm happy that she represents the way that she does.
Thank you so much for your time. We all tip tomorrow, so hopefully you're equally as friendly tomorrow for the most part.